So when they say, fear will be an energy that feeds a manifestation of what you don't want to come, an example of that is for the ladies, I guess. When you are tight on cash and you have foundation, powder, whatever, makeup, and you're scared to use it because you're worried that you'll run out and then you may not have the money that you need in order to get it when the time comes that will be like a day that you actually need it versus just a random day that you're putting it on. That would be an example of feeding fear to manifest something you don't want. Now, if you just say, oh, well, I don't want to feel that. I'm not sure what it feels like to feel like I'm, you know, carried by the universe or whatever I believe in, that I'm, abundant or always supplied for, but I'm willing to say, hey, I'm not going to think about the fear. I'm literally going to go blank. I'm not going to think about the fear. I'm totally shifting my focus on something else. And this is small, so this should be easier to do. And then you start to get in that repetition and that habit. And then when things actually align, when you are always provided for basically in scenarios that in the past you would have feared that you wouldn't be in time, that is your reassurance and your affirmations and your daily details of what how you talk to yourself. Doing all those things is your assurance that you're going to continue to get provided for. And then you start getting comfortable in that because you can see things come to fruition and still be uncomfortable and still have fear. It's an effort with a combination of things. So that's why I say find your guru, and I say get your 10 minutes of daily meditation or yoga, some type of way to find peace. Even if you don't feel the peace, it's good for you, it's healthy for you. And then practicing focusing on what thoughts to choose, because you get to choose what thoughts to focus on. We're bombarded with them all the time, and then if you go, oh wow, I felt that, or I didn't want that, that's all you have to do. You don't want to harp on it because then that creates that fearful energy of manifesting what you don't want. So focus on what you do want, and then if you can't feel the feeling of what you do want, just say, okay, I don't know the feeling, but I do want that, and now I'm going to go focus on something that makes me happy. And that's a big one. So feeding into your positive manifestations, even if you don't feel the outcome, you still want to hold faith and blindly stick with them, and you will get them. But you have to learn to just completely avoid fear or any feelings of fear to things that you want. So